Let's do it. Uh-oh, welcome back to That's Wicked Up. Today we're going to be looking at an accessory for a device that I already did a review on. In fact, it was the first device that I reviewed on my channel, the Hellvape Grimm kit. What we're going to be looking at today is the RBA kit for the Grimm pod. So I'm a huge fan of rebuildables. I mean, I've discussed this in my previous videos. It's one of the things that I love to do. One of the major reasons, and I'll reiterate from my previous videos, one of the major reasons that I do like rebuildables is that if I find a device or I happen to come across a device that I really do like, the possibility that eventually the company that produced the coils for the device will no longer make those coils, and then where are you going to be? So any opportunity that I have to get an RBA section for that device so that I can continue to use it is a bonus for me. Another positive out of RBAs in devices like that, you get an RBA for a device that already has proprietary coils, is that you can change the way that the device either tastes, the flavor. You can change the flavor depending on how you work your coils, or you can change the vapor production if you're that kind of guy or girl of adult age. Yep. There's a lot of advantages and disadvantages to making your own coils and putting them into an RBA section. So I'm really excited today to look at the RBA kit. So let's see what we get in the box. No Brad Pitt thing this time, though. No Brad Pitt. So in the box, you get the RBA section, a 510 adapter, super cool, super tiny pre-built coil, and some organic cotton. We won't be using any of those. Little baggie with an itty bitty screwdriver, some post hole screws, and an O-ring. That's it. So yeah, not totally bad build. Taste is great. Taste is good. I'd have to put another pod in there with an actual Grimm pod with a Grimm atomizer in it. What did they call them? They called them the hell something. The hell coils. Yes, I'd have to use another hell coil just so I can have some kind of comparison between the two. There's another way I could have gone. Now I took my coil and I built it in a horizontal direction. I'm wondering if vertical might be the way to go, which I doubt. but I'll give it a shot. I don't know, whatever. I mean, shoot, okay. But what a pain in the butt to build on. If you could, it took me about 45 minutes just to get the one coil that's in there. Likely because I was also on camera trying to do it and trying to keep it in camera. I don't know. I'm going to have to keep working on it. I don't want to pass judgment on it right away. As always, I'm a huge fan of rebuildables. I do like them, especially if there's a device that I end up liking and I want to continue to use and the company stops making coils. And I've talked about this before. Just to have that option available to me, I think is fantastic. Also, for anybody who's new and wants to transition, it gives you a deeper appreciation of really what's involved. When I first started, I built a lot, and so I had a much bigger appreciation of what it was that actually went into vaping and really how much fun it could be. The one thing I did want to talk about, and I did not want to skirt over this, was how to build a really good coil that was no nonsense, that was not hard. I put something on a screwdriver right now, and it's 24 gauge Kanthal, and it's just a demonstration. I just want to show you. But if you just wrap Kanthal around any screwdriver at all, and it does not have to look pretty. It does not have to look good. If you get it like here, to make a very good mouth to lung coil, just simply compress, and then what you end up with is a fairly uniformly shaped coil where you don't have to work out too many of the hot spots. It sort of does it for you, which is a good bonus. And any device like this, this is what I like to build, and only because it's simple. You just press it, and you end up with a very neat looking coil that should fit inside. The coil I ended up with on this, which surprisingly was fairly high-ish, was a 0.84 ohm resistance coil. I'm vaping it right now at 11.5. Maybe I'll put it up to 12. We'll see. Let's take a look. Okay, that makes a difference. Again, with what I was talking about before, and this is the uh-oh moment. If I were to take this out to do something with it, so I had this at 12 watts. If I put it back in now, it's going to change the value to something I don't want it set to. I don't want it set to 22 watts. Not for the coil that I have in here. It's not mesh. I don't believe they can handle it. And I certainly don't want my cotton to catch fire. Maybe the way I wicked, I don't think that's safe. And that's the one thing really cool about the pre-built coils. But when you build your own, please pay attention to what you're doing. So as far as the RBA section goes, that's not a detractor. But now, because there's an RBA section, the Grimm kit, that might be a problem, because like I was telling you before, that's a lot of effort to go through this thing just to cut your cotton in half by overburning it. It could happen, and I'm not even going to come close to telling you what that tastes like. It's terrible. A couple big negatives for the device. So the box didn't come with an instruction manual. If you don't know what you're doing, and you didn't realize that you had to keep one of the airflows from the previous Hell coil atomizers, I mean, and why would you if you bought them? They just come with airflow. I mean, if you made a bucket of them, that's great. You're obviously not going to keep them. There's no reason to keep them. And because there's so many, put one in the box. Just put one in the box. Or at least tell people, like, put on somewhere on the box, somewhere that it is a requirement that you're going to need. Maybe it is on here. I'm not sure. There's some warnings. Yeah, without going into it, I'm not seeing anything on it that says, hey, you need to use one of these airflow controllers from one of the previous Hell coils from a pre-built atomizer. It didn't say that. It sort of dawned on me when I remembered that you could take the airflow off and then try to figure out why would you want to do that. But I'm certain it's not for this. I don't know why. No instructions, not telling anybody about that. Really cool thing. Again, I think I might have said it already, but I'll say it again. The 510 adapter helps you build on it, helps you fire it. Super cool. That's awesome. All in all, not bad. I want to give it some more time to look it over. Yeah, I want to give it some more time. I want to build it again, just to see if maybe I did something wrong. Right now at 12 watts. Let me put it back at 12 watts. Remember, even if you lock it there, it's not going to stay, which is it's not good. Like, I can again lock the device. 1, 2, 3. It's not 1, 2, 3. It's I'll have to watch my review again. Anyway, I do remember that even if you have this device on its lock setting where you can't adjust the wattage, taking the pot off, put it back on, changes your wattage to the recommended wattage for the resistance of the coil that you put in. I don't want mine at 22 watts for this coil. I just don't want it. Smoking combustible tobacco products is the #1 leading cause of premature preventable deaths in America and the world. If you are a smoker and you are thinking about making the transition to a form of tobacco harm reduction, I consider vaping. Just do it. Consider it. Because simply continuing to use a product that will ultimately end your life is just waked up. If you found the content of this video helpful, useful, or entertaining, please subscribe to my channel. Select the bell icon to get notifications when new content becomes available. Please click that like button. I really would appreciate it. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below and I will get back to you. If there's a question that I don't have the answer to, I certainly will do that research and then provide you with an answer. As always, thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.